I just want you to show me the meaning of being lonely, you know? I don't even know how to do this anymore. Welcome to What the Sweet Fuck. I'm Meghan Tonjes.
I'm Nicola Foti.
This is Baby Bonnie, and this is where we talk about all things fuckworthy. I just can't. She's just looking at herself, and I can't do it. I just can't. She also she goes to sleep with Keith, but inevitably in the morning I wake up and she's in my bed and she's sitting staring out into the alley, ready to bark at everyone that walks by. And she's
active.
She's active. She just knows how to jump up on everything and do whatever she wants, and this home is hers now.
And that's fine.
Okay, so this is what I'm here for. I'm here for this photo of a little, how do I describe this? An engraved tablet from 1750 BC, and it's in a museum. It says it's a complaint about delivery of the wrong grade of copper. And the tweet from Lethality Jane is, as per my last engraved tablet. And there's something about it that just warms the cockles of my spirit. Because it lets me know that for all time, we've always been complaining, and it's so much easier to send a text or an email than it is to carve literally everything out onto stone.
That person was so pissed. They were so fucking mad that they needed to chisel their complaint. This Karen said, let me get out the granite.
Yeah. I think the next time someone pisses me off, I'm literally going to send them an engraved tablet. That's if I want heavy, weighted, intentional.
This is one of my favorite here for it, I think, ever. That really tickled me.
I'm glad to be the cause of the tickle.
The tickler. So let me try to tickle you.
Okay, well, I hate being tickled, so let's go.
Same. Except my feet aren't ticklish. Like, a lot of people don't like getting pedicures because
I love pedicures.
It doesn't bother me.
I love my feet being touched. Truly, I'm like the ideal person for someone with a foot fetish. You listen, I got a low Wiki Feet score and I got little baby doll toenails. So.
I want a Wiki Feet score. Why has no one creeped my feet out yet? I'm so upset.
You think that, and then one bike accident will take that score all the way down.
Okay, you ready? This is what I'm here for. Rats have a slap fight and fight. You can see it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Look at them. Just.
Bitch.
Listen, we can eat our meal together. I knew it would hit you in a good spot.
Hit me in the best spot. Because I know exactly which one of those rats I am. So here's what I want to talk about this week. It actually is something that happened a few weeks ago, but you know what? We'll bring it up anyways.
That's how often we make these episodes now. Every 2 weeks.
Literally, the fact that Nicky texted me to be like, hey, you want to do it at this time? I was like, oh, wow. Are we both pulling ourselves out of our depression for this? Mm-hmm. I feel
crawling out of the hole, deep or more out of it every day.
It's just not as comfortable as it used to be. So a few weeks ago, I won't go into the full story, but there was a story of Meghan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Now, the night that this happened, I remember actually being on Instagram and seeing Meghan and Tory over at, what's the Kardashian? What's the Jenner? Kylie.
Which we can talk about pandemic house parties on another level, but go ahead.
Just having pool parties. And I remember watching it, and I just had a brief moment where, like, Meghan seemed annoyed with him because he was, like, splashing around and getting her phone wet. That was it. Watched it, logged off, and then the next day or a few days later, see this footage of her limping out of or away from a car, bleeding, and the police surrounding them, and him on the ground, and her friends being, guns up towards the car. I mean, just the scariest situation. And more details have come out, people speculating as to what happened in the car between Tori and Meghan, and how she inevitably got shot in the feet. And Meghan wasn't really saying anything until this past week, where for it seems the reasons of maybe Tory Lanez people going out and lying about and or embellishing the story in a way that Meghan feels is not correct, where she basically came on and said, yeah, he shot me. Mm-hmm. What's interesting about this, but not unexpected because the internet remains to be trash, and as do many men.
Who brings guns to a party first? I mean, who? Anyway.
I'm gonna guess that the guns were being brought regardless of the party or not. Whatever the fight was that happened, whatever led to him shooting her, from what she said as she was walking away from the car at her feet, feels very intentional to me. Feels like without knowing too many of the details, obviously some sort of abusive situation that was going on here, some kind of domestic situation that escalated into almost murder. That could have been a very different story. That could have been a very different story from if and where he shot her. And the police reaction to that, knowing obviously what we know about the police that are trash as well. Defund the police, hashtag. The reaction was very interesting because there were so many people, and not just men, but misogyny, gets us all, that were calling her a snitch for naming the person that shot her. And what I really want to say to that is that maybe shooting someone in the feet in public is you snitching on yourself.
It makes
the fact that she, from what we know, didn't confirm to the police what happened, had really left that to be what it was. It seems that, it was going to be more of a quiet situation, maybe even legally what was happening. But things escalate to a point where it's like, you know what? If you got to name your abuser, name your abuser. If you have to name the person that shot you, I don't know what kind of loyalty some of you have, but if any of you shot me in the feet, I'm fucking telling.
This is why the logic?
I'm telling.
If we went to,
am a snitch. I am telling.
Imagine if we went to like a VidCon or something, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
paint the picture.
Whoever, think of a YouTuber who might have a gun. Who knows?
Onision.
Whatever.
Go.
Whoever you're imagining, right? And they show up, and they shoot you in the foot, or they shoot me in the foot.
Mm-hmm. Like in the parking lot, where people can see. Okay. Yes.
Am I going to be like, well, I better keep this quiet and not tell VidCon that this happened. I better not. Better not tell anybody who fucking shot me.
Yeah. Better not email Hank and let him know. Hey, just so you're aware.
What? Listen. There's not. I don't think that constitutes as a snitching. It's like,
no.
It's like, okay, you're snitching if you see someone with a bag of weed, and you're like, oh, that person has weed on them. Look, if someone shoots you in the motherfucking foot, ma'am, what's the problem?
Here's the thing. Where's the line between snitching I feel like snitching when it comes to causing me bodily harm or harming someone else, it's out the window. If I see you smack a baby, okay, I might tell someone that you fucking smacked a baby. Okay. And you can call me a snitch, and you can feel however you want to feel. And you'll be feeling it when Child Protective Services shows up to your fucking house, because it's not about you. At the point that you harm someone else, it is not about you. Whatever healing you need to do, whatever therapy you need to go to, whatever you need to do so that you don't inflict that harm on anyone else.
That's on you.
And that's for you to live the rest of your life figuring out how to counteract that, right? But the person that you harmed, part of their healing might be in actually naming who the fuck did it.
And that is the line. That is the point. If someone is harmed, if someone is in danger, if someone, physically, psychologically, whatever, that's where snitching ends.
Yeah, listen, if you're so messy that the things you're doing recklessly, that I can see, I'm telling. Okay? The squeaky wheel gets the oil, bitch. And guess what? I'm lubed up. All right? I'm wet. Wet ass. All right? I'm ready.
That with with a graphic. You've spouted some gems in the past.
I have.
This may be your princess cut diamond.
Finally. Finally.
It's happened to me. So fluidly. Your wet ass whip. Your wow.
My wow.
On point today.
Okay, my wow is here.
Your wow is here to stay.
I'm just getting better and better with age. I can't help it. And you want to know why? You want to know where this glow comes from? Telling. I'm not carrying your secrets, bitch. I already got my own. All right? And by my own, I mean, I literally, the minute something happens, I just push it so far down, it's a little diamond unto itself. I never see it again until it inevitably pops up years and years later.
And that's where these diamonds come from. It's the pressure.
Yeah, this gravity is feeling real heavy.
Oh my God, I almost looked up an Onixion GIF. Let me not.
Things don't seem to be going well for him. You know what's so interesting is like, because we've been online for so long, and I've watched a lot, you know, from the sidelines, watched a lot of people that were very outrageous and controversial, but still were like accepted and like lauded, right?
He was the first one that I think people were like already side-eyeing in the beginning days.
Yeah, yeah, and watching all of that and seeing all that take place, and then watching how that's evolved into a lot of these people it's not going well. It's not going well. Everyone's losing their Patreons. Everyone's losing their jobs. Things are coming back to haunt everybody. It's just like, you know, I knew I never became friends with a lot of you for a reason. And I feel very okay with that. Yesterday I was so high. I was so thankful for like friendships of mine that have ended, because I was looking back and I was like, you know, there are things to learn here and there are things to take away. And there are absolutely ways that I need to see who I was in the situation and learn from that, so that I don't repeat this, or that at least next time it happens, I'm not reacting from a place of trauma or whatever else is going on that's unresolved. But thank God the universe took the trash out for me, because it wasn't going to evolve into anything good, and I wasn't going to become the person I was meant to be with those people around me, and that's okay. And that's good. And we're better for it. So I guess my friendship with Onixion will never be happening, thank God. Bless.
You know, we can mourn that.
I won't be mourning it. Maybe I'll light a candle for myself of protection.
I'm going to show you who I am. Are you ready for me?
I'm so ready.
If you don't want me to react to your violent behavior, maybe... That's an option we have. You know what I mean? Like, that's an option you had in the beginning. Yeah.
Just don't do it, dude.
So, you know, very easy. Very easy. If you want to follow it maybe for the next time, hun.
Because I just, you know, I'm not here for her in any kind of way.
Right.
But I just feel like the energy of that energy, when it's not being pushed by racism and general hatred of yourself and others, and just not minding your own goddamn business, when it's used towards things that need to be mined, that's the one, babe.
That's it. You know what else is it?
What else is it?
These BBs.
Oh my God.
So we want to give a to William Harvale.
William say no shit Harvale.
Shannon Lemon.
Shannon la 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 Lemon.
And Heather Snitch.
Oh, Heather, this week I'll let you say what you have to say. Fucking snitch.
We love it. This is Heather's week, clearly.
This is the year of the snitch.
We also want to thank you so much to Jennifer Best.
Jennifer, not quite great, but better than good, best.
Alexandra Eels.
Alexandra, I wouldn't go swimming with you anytime soon, Eels.
Christian Geraldo Garcia.
Christian, the love and the light of my life, Geraldo Garcia.
Cat Waterflame.
Cat, so bright. So majestic. Water flame.
Sammy Sue.
Sammy over the fence, Sue Sosa.
Sam Brodeur.
Sam, it's too much. Broder.
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
And Evan Blue.
Oh, Evan's so blue without you. Crying every day.
We also want to thank all the BBs in the screen and the BBs you don't see who are ghost BBs. If you'd like to join us in the afterlife, please visit patreon.com/whatthesweetfuck.
Highly recommend you check it out, because not only are there extra clips and little fun outtakes, but we also have been having these little like catch-up sessions in the middle. So you get like a full 20-30 minute video, possibly more, of us just talking about things that may or may not ever make it online, but they're going to make it to you.
I like it because it's like we already do it, you know, like whenever we could actually meet each other in person at Target, we would, you know, be like, oh, what the fuck is going on since the last time I saw you? And then we hit record. But we happen to have already hit record when these conversations are happening, since it's virtual.
Look at that. I can't wait till we go back to being in the same room together.
I know, honestly, because it's going to feel like a different... I don't know what it's going to feel like.
I don't even know. I honestly... My fear is that because of this whole situation, I won't even know how to be around people anymore. Like, I won't feel comfortable hugging them. I won't know. Like, it's just a whole other level of neuroses that... So maybe, you know...
Well, you can hug, just hold your breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really preparing the way for, like, if any of us move. I'm, like, ready for it.
I just feel like maybe, you know, is this going to permanently damage our social capabilities?
Yes. Yes.
Like, I hope I don't become a permanent hermit.
You know... I loved staying home before, but it's less fun to stay home when like you're being forced to stay home.
Yeah.
Like now I feel like now I'm like looking at all the things I used to get invited to and just ignore. And now it's like, well, I want to be invited to them to ignore them again. Like,
Precisely.
You know,
I want to be the participant in the decision.
I'll tell you what, this whole experience though has definitely made me realize, and thank God I was already there with like my room and stuff, of just like decorating it the way that makes me feel like very peaceful and like having, you know, lots of, like now I have lots of plants and stuff like that. But it's really emphasized for me, like your home really needs to feel like a soothing, safe place, because you might get stuck in it for 9 fucking months. How many places can I move the tables and the chairs before we make a decision? Every time I go back at old videos, I'm like, oh, that's where the desk was. Oh, that's where my TV was. Oh, that's interesting that I had that in my room at that time. Like a different world.
And sometimes I'll see it and I'm like, oh, maybe I like that better. And then we'll move it right on back.
There you go. It's like when you only have so many outlets, no one tells you growing up that like your life really, your decisions are really based on where the outlets are.
Yeah, where we moved our bed, not very outlet friendly. We're going to have to move it again. Eventually, I know it's going to happen.
I mean, or you could just take that as a sign to get off your fucking phones at night and go to sleep. I'm going to start going to bed at like 8:30 and wake up at 5, bitch. After reading that morning routine book, I'm inspired.
I used to charge my phone overnight until I didn't, because it's apparently an awful idea. So just a reminder for everyone, don't charge your phone overnight.
I used to not have a crack on my screen, and then I used to think people were just being dramatic.
I didn't tell you that just happened to Ken as well.
Oh, you don't need to tell me, because me and Ken were already texting about it.
Wow.
So we've already had entire conversations without you.
Wow. Okay.
Just the other night, like late into the night. Let's see. Ooh, last text at 12:46 a.m.
Wow.